We're a mile away from the goblin camp beyond the canyon.
That world-weary face is giving me shivers. What you say we take a load off together? I do suppose I could find some way to entertain you. Oh, sugar, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, yours and mine has hardly begun. What say we get better acquainted upstairs? I've got all kinds of, details to share with you. Oh, go right ahead, sweetheart. Darling, I don't hardly recognise this place no more. Everything's changed since those silly immaculates came into vogue. The miners, they used to spend their last penny on a backwards glance from yours truly. But now, they'd rather pray than play. Ugh, I just don't understand it. They just stand around and praise the so-called goddess all day long. I've no idea who she is, but apparently she gets her kicks from having blood sprayed all over her. Now, I knew a girl once who was into that kind of stuff. Her clients used to call her goddess and mistress too, but there was precious little divine about her.
Praise the goddess. I've passed the trial.
Friend, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate...
Indeed I do. And I'm just itching to take you places you've only ever dreamed of, darling. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tale like the one I've got in store for you? Oh, that's the spirit, sugar. Oh, gold always puts me in the mood for a little romance. Follow me then, my knight in shining armour. There you are, darling. Shall we get started then? Oh, let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all. So tell me, which sort best floats your boat? A savage, merciless witch or a gentle, sensuous nymph? No, I was hoping you'd say that. Not every customer can handle the thrill of a mid-afternoon fright, you know. And if I'm any good at this, I'll scare the pants right off you. Come, let's make ourselves comfortable. And this witch will weave her charms. It was a terribly stormy night. You there, cut out!
Walgraff gives you an envious look. It would appear he quite fancied some quality time with pretty Ruby himself.
No need for that rueful stare, rogue. All you'd have gotten from her is an itch in unpleasant places.
Hi there, honey. You look like you're in dire need of some... Oh, indeed I do. No, come now. Oh, God. Look at you, sugar. Indeed, all that... There you are, darling. Shall we get... Oh, let's do it. No. It was a terribly stormy night. In the tiny hut, a cauldron steamed and bubbled. A figure stood in the corner, pressing its fat, purple nose into the sharp indentation where the hut's walls met. Low muttering burbled through its jagged teeth and bloated lips. A knock, swift and sharp, fell upon the door. "Babe Orb," a small voice called. "Babe Orb, it's happening, it's time." The figure stood up straight and straightened the long, stained apron that hung about its hips. "A moment, child, a moment," Babe Orb croaked, hurrying over to the cauldron. She quickly filled 2 flasks with the swirling violet brew and stuffed them into her pouch. In a flash, she was through the hut's door, flicking 2 gold coins at the grubby child, who scrambled to retrieve them from the dark doorsteps where they fell. The wind whipped Babe Orb's hair, lashing her thick skin with thorns. But the old witch had mind for one fact alone. The counsellor was nearly dead. After some minutes, she arrived at the edges of town. Working her way into the counsellor's sick room now required stealth, not speed. And so Babe Orb crept, silent as a cat, between alley and square until she came to the doors of his old, silent mansion. It was nearly easy for the witch to sidle in, masked in a simple wallflower charm, and wind her way into the crowded room where the counsellor lay dying. She cradled her flask in her arms, enjoyed their warm sloshing, and awaited the final moment. Soon, she whispering croaked, soon enough the counsellor will be mine. The wailing mourners around her took no notice. And that's the end of chapter 1. So cutie. What do you think? Oh, I bet you could use a pipe, couldn't you? A few puffs sure takes the edge off the suspense, doesn't it? Oh, well. This has been a pleasure, darling. Come find me again any old time.
Woolgraf gives you an envious look. It would appear he quite fancied some quality time with pretty Ruby himself.
No need for that rueful stare, rogue. All you'd have gotten from her is an itch in unpleasant places.
Praise the goddess!
Look at you, sugar. Oh, I could take you on a ride neither of us would soon forget. Darling, I never said I was selling anything but a good time. A little tails, always nicer than a little tale. One always goes well in the end, and the other, well, charges triple for that sort of thing. Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Brandon's the best overseer there ever was. No one's a more eager miner than he is. Wonder how he avoided catching rot, though.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Well, what's this I've spotted? This is the end! For you!
here, sweet.
Praise the goddess. I've passed the trial.
Friends, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Abode.
Cutie pie. Want to have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
I wonder what that did.
Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm
Blessed be, welcome to Silverglen. Once a place of sin.
Oh, you startled me. Let me compose myself. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Hello, stranger. How can I help you? Oh, me? Oh, I'm just the waitress around here, as you can see. My husband, Blosius, is a legionnaire currently stationed in Sicil, but I haven't heard from him in far too long. He will? But that means he's... Oh, no. Oh, not my cutie, broody buttercup.
Hypocrisy know no bounds.
Please, leave me. I just...
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So, do you fancy a trade then? Come now, before my ale arrives.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
I can feel the goddess Olivia scorching for my very veins.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Praise the goddess. I've passed the trial.
Friend, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Decaying venom!
They say a witch lives in the woods east of here. I've never seen her myself. One day the conduit will smite her.
Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
My, look at you! I bet your blood'd fill a
We're a mile away from the goblin camp beyond the canyon, but you can
I traded my pickaxe for a bloodstone, and you'll do the...
My, look at you. I bet your blood would...
I traded my pickaxe for a bloodstone, and you'll do the same if you know what's good.
You dare disturb my ruminations? It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe. I'll forgive this imposition if you'll make me a generous offer.
Share a moment together. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Oh, dear, dear, dear. You'll hardly impress the conduit with such a clouded look about your eyes. But not to fear, not to fear. I've just the potion for that.
Ah, thank... Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by the goddess they are, each and all.
Pie. Wanna have a good time? Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment with you. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Praise the goddess! I'll pass the trial!
Friend, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate
Ah,
Fold.
thank... Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by...
Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment.
Enjoying your stay in Silver Glen, I trust?
They say a witch lives in the woods east of here, but I've never seen her.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
These dolphins are worse than a bull. Half a gun, poison me. At least they don't have that thick underside of the mouth now. Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm
Praise the goddess! I'll pass the trial!
Friend, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigour coursing through my very veins.
Goblins are worse than the troll.
Stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Praise the goddess. I passed the trial.
Glenn, this is most
Praise the goddess. I passed the trial. Friend, this is most excellent news.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time? Why don't you stay a while, darling? You know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that useless food on this side
Goblins are
of
worse
the
than
bridge.
the trolls.
Better
Half
that
as dumb and
than
twice as mean.
They don't have that
Underside of a bridge, Aroma. Praise the goddess. I passed the trial.
Friends, this is most excellent news.
Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes, I can feel the goddess's vigor.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together. Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me. Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Goddess greetings, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Over here,
there, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
Right, if you let me.
Praise the goddess. I passed the trial. Friend, this
Why
is
don't
most
you stay a
excellent
while,
news.
darling?
Welcome
I just know
to the
I could take you on a
immaculate
wild ride if you let me.
I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
Conduit's grace upon you, friend. Seek her and you shall...
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe.
Come to drink in the conduit's teaching.
Welcome to as holy a sight as you'll find in this...
When it first started to appear, rot began to undo us more successfully than marauding orcs could. But opens to welcome you.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant.
What's that? I think there are hidden foes ahead.
lead us to triumph. Time for some fancy footwork. Not this time! Take another shot!
Do my bidding! Submit to my chilly embrace.
Prevail! Hobbling assault! I am truly fortunate!
me back, my friend.
Leave no foe standing! I needed that.
I needed that.
I needed that.
Wait! Stop! Can it be? A source hunter? Oh, my fortune, my fate! I am saved! They're coming for me! They know I've escaped! And they won't stop until they've sliced me in two and corrupted my corpse with darkness! The cult! The dark heart of the Immaculates! The corrupted few who lead their trusting converts upon a path paved with source! Oh, they won't stop until they've silenced me! And worse... I am Samid, once a humble miner, once a devoted Immaculate, now a refugee in flight from both religion and home. I once counted myself among their most faithful. Such a devotee to the Immaculate Way was I, that I rose swiftly through its ranks, became privy to each of the esoteric rituals of the Immaculate Method. But in time, I discovered too much. When I was granted access to Sacred Stone, the most protected Immaculate village, I watched with horror as our enlightened leaders unabashedly performed darkest source magic. I immediately reported this corruption to our highest priest, Lady Attenbearer. I'll never forget her laugh, mirthless and savage. She was one of them, a sorcerer. I escaped that terrible place as quickly as my feet could fly. And now, you must do what I cannot. You must end the darkness that has consumed the Immaculate Way, the source that corrupts it. To gain access to that nest of vipers, you'll have to become one of us. One of them, that is. Speak to Loic, the Immaculate Abbot of the village to the north. Silver Glen, it's called. He'll be only too eager to gain another convert, and only the initiated are granted access to Sacred Stone. The witch? Why, her cabin is only a short walk from here. Look! I'd always heard tell that she, the strange and silent keeper of Luculla, was a sorcerer herself. Though now I see that, if that were true, the Immaculates will be working with, not against her. As it stands, the conduit herself ordered that the witch be contained at all costs. I know not why, but any enemy to this band of demons is a friend to all else. Source Hunter, in the name of the innocent Immaculates, those unaware of the fanged head that leads them, I pray you will expose the truth. So many of us sought only spirit. We had no idea what we'd be asked to sacrifice in return.
Poor man. It seems he was eaten by a beast.
How are you holding up, my sweet? I'm not too tired. You there! Your nightship! Oh, please, come to our aid! My wife and I are stranded here! Oh, we're refugees, my liege. Two of the far too few souls that managed to escape Hunter's Edge when the orcs invaded. We were hoping to reach Silverglen, but we were attacked by highwaymen. Those devils would have scalped and skewered us if it hadn't been for Alfie. Oh, the brave creature bit one of them in half, though not before being frightfully wounded himself.
We'll be dining on pine cones soon if no one comes to our rescue.
Oh, it was naught but a small stop for trading folk along the long road south to Sicil. We got along all right, but now our little home's finally been undone. Orcs invaded, and the source hunter who was meant to protect us didn't save a one of us. Bravest beast of burden in the borough is Alfie, but the poor blighter's bleeding like a stuck pig and can't move no more, which means we can't move no more either. Why, it would be folly to abandon a bandit killer in a wood full of bandits now, wouldn't it, your knightship? Besides, all our worldly wealth is strapped to his back. We'd be destitute without it. And yet, we can hardly stay here forever. Silverglen is close enough to see the chimney fumes from here. Mara absolutely refuses to leave Alfie's side, and like I said, I'm inclined to agree with her. If only a stout champion would, step up and lend us a hand. Oh, we'd be mighty grateful if you would escort us to Silverglen, your knightship, for it is our aim to set up shop there, a new smithy in a new town. Without Alfie, though, without the tools he carries, I'd be like a fisherman without his rod, grasping for salmon with his bare hands. Never could I produce the quality of work for which I'm renowned. Our predicament is clear, and the biggest problem is that Alfie's wounds are so dire, no ordinary healing potion will work. He needs... well, I don't know what he needs, but they say miracle cures are produced by the priests of Silverglen. Oh, we are, my liege, though like I said, it would grieve us dearly to leave Alfie behind. Oh, I'm glad you've agreed Alfie needs to be saved before we can depart. Please leave no stone unturned in your search for a concoction that will heal his wounds.
I can't believe we're stuck here, so close to our goal. Oh, will we ever reach Silverglen?
What do you say, your knightship? Will you escort us to Silverglen?
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Oh, how good it is to see a human face in these odious woods filled with nightmares come real. Do forgive me if I seem a bit bedraggled, but we've had a frightful time of it of late. My husband Bjorn's a blacksmith, of some renown as a matter of fact, a favourite with the legionnaires that pass through Hunter's Edge, or used to, I should say. He hasn't a head for business though, and that's where I come in. We made a good living, he and I, in that quiet little town. Orc plunder now. What is there left to say, really? I could tell you it's more wholesome than Sicil, but then the orcs came. I could tell you it's cosy, that the people there are nice, but then the orcs came. All you'll find there now are broken dreams and broken bodies around orcish bonfires. Hunter's Edge? It no longer exists. Oh, I do hope you can heal dear Alfie. He deserves every care he can get after saving us so valiantly. Or perhaps he was just hungry. Still, the result is the same, isn't it?
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Please don't leave us to our own devices, your knightship. Heed our call for assistance.
Oh, the pain! Demons take or bend it. I bit one of the buggers in two, and still he stabbed and stabbed before he finally croaked. I have no idea what I am really, only that I was caught in a snare when I was very little. Luckily, the hunter thought I didn't look quite appetising enough to be eaten, and so he sold me to Mora. Bjorn didn't like the look of me at first, but when I grew strong, stronger than 5 stallions combined, I was suddenly promoted to carrier beast. Were that I was weak, for I loathed carrying things.
Oh, will we ever reach Silver
Bless
Glen?
your heart merely to suggest it, my friend, but you'll need powerful magic indeed to cure this devilish gash. I've heard they dabble in healing rituals in Silverglen, which is, ironically, the very place we're unable to reach, us three.
No! You're hurting him, Sir Knight! Oh, no wizard's tricks will cure poor Alfie. How are you holding up, my sweet? And not too tired?
Ooh, the pain! Demons take or bend it. If only, my friend, if only. What was it they said about Silverglen? Blood magic or some such abracadabra. But what if it works?
How you are bleeding, Alfie. Oh, is there nothing I
Don't
can
look at me
do?
like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this.
I dressed
I'd add
the
some of these
wound, I
blue
would.
mushrooms we saw to this
But
here
I'm afraid I'd
hodgepodge.
make it worse.
But my uncle added them to his dinner once, and he saw blue goblins for a fortnight.
Please don't leave us to our own devices, your knightship. Heed our call for assistance.
I can't believe we're stuck here, so close to our goal. Oh, will we ever reach Silverglen?
What was that? It looked like a shadow sprang to life.
Ah, the Source Hunter. It is my greatest pleasure to announce to you that we Immaculates have captured the feared White Witch and quarantined her house of horrors. Yes, the greatest known threat to Rivellon has been neutralized. Thanks in no small part to you, Source Hunter. Your activities in Sicil drove the snake to her den, and that's where we Immaculates sprang our trap. I am a proud Immaculate, sworn to use my summoner's expertise in service of the goddess's one way and the greater good. Ah, the High Counselor of Cecile. We mourned his tragic death. Yes, every immaculate honors the memory of that noble man. Still, Source Hunter, I am sworn on my life to guard this quarantine. I serve a higher authority than yours, and will not waver in my duty. If you're certain, I suppose I can trust the word of one of your esteemed order. Go on then, Source Hunter, but please tell no Immaculate I let you pass, or it will be my life.
I feel uneasy here. I'd better keep my weapon at the ready.
Are you so desperate for company that you've taken to befriending fungi? Well, we're glad to hear it. Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. Have you ever seen a dragon's pajamas? A rat in a Sunday hat? No, Source Hunter. We do believe this life hasn't finished surprising you. Not in the least. It's quite a lovely sort of barrier, isn't it? Who doesn't enjoy a gentle, breezy motion against one's backside after all? Then again, we suspect it's been hoisted up by some not-so-savoury characters, and we happen to know just how to remove it. The only trouble is finding the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person to entrust such a secret to. Here's what we propose. We've a fresh batch of 3 brain teasers hot off our thinking caps. Perhaps, if you can answer them correctly, we might find you spirited enough to entrust with the barrier's deepest, darkest secrets. But it isn't all fun and games. We hardly offer second chances to the beriddled. If you give us a single false answer, we'll clam up like morning glories at midnight. So, do you have what it takes?